My cousin steals all my boyfriends just for fun, only to tell the whole family that they're no good and that she's more of a woman than me. My cousin has always been like this. Ever since we were kids, she had this sick need to prove she was better than me at everything. But what hurt me most was her specialty, stealing my boyfriends. It wasn't for love or passion. It was pure entertainment. She'd seduce them, play with them for a few weeks, then discard them like broken toys. And in the end, in front of the whole family, she'd proclaim they weren't worth it anyway, and that I needed more self-esteem to get real men. This time would be different. It had to be. Oliver and I had been together for 6 months, the longest relationship I'd ever maintained. He was everything my family always wanted me to achieve. Successful, handsome, educated. He worked at a consulting firm and had ambitious plans for the future. "Are you bringing him to Sunday dinner?" my mother asked over the phone, with that excitement she only showed when it came to something she could show off. "I'm still thinking about it," I replied, already knowing what was coming. "Honey, you can't keep hiding him forever. Your cousin will be there and she's been asking about him. She's doing so well after her divorce, you know. The settlement left her very comfortable and she has such an active social life." There it was, the comparison. My successful divorced cousin who lived luxuriously off her ex-husband's alimony while dating different men every week. The golden standard I could never reach. "I know, Mom. She just wants to meet him. She's family, Zoe. What harm could it do?" What harm? She'd systematically destroyed every relationship I'd had since high school. The pattern was always the same. She'd show interest, use her charm and experience to seduce them, make them feel like they were missing out by being with boring little me, then dump them and tell everyone how they weren't good enough for our family anyway. But I'd learned from past mistakes. This time, I'd prepared Oliver from the beginning. I'd told him about her methods, her pattern, her need to prove her superiority. I'd asked him to reject any attempts at contact on social media, to keep his distance, to remember that she wasn't interested in him as a person, just as another trophy to steal from me. "I'll tell her all about him when I see her," Oliver had said, laughing when I first explained the situation. "Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere." He thought it was funny, a family quirk. He had no idea what he was up against. My cousin had perfected her technique over the years. She knew exactly how to make a man feel special, desired, like he was settling for less. She'd start with social media, casual likes, then comments, then private messages. She'd find common interests, shared experiences, reasons they should meet for coffee just as family. But Oliver had been strong so far. He'd shown me every friend request she'd sent, using different fake accounts on Snapchat. Every single one rejected. Every attempt to connect blocked immediately. "She's persistent," he'd said after the 5th fake account attempt. "But also kind of pathetic, don't you think?" I wanted to believe he was immune. I wanted to believe that this time would be different, that I'd finally found someone who wouldn't fall for her games. The problem was my mother. In her excitement to show off my new boyfriend, she'd let slip our address during one of her conversations with my aunt. And my cousin, being who she was, saw that as an invitation. I should have known she'd find a way to get to him directly. The doorbell rang on a Tuesday afternoon when I was at work. Oliver was home taking calls for his consulting project when my cousin decided to make her move. "Someone's here to see you," he texted me. "Says she's your cousin?" My stomach dropped. "Don't let her in," I typed back frantically. "I'm serious. Just tell her I'm not home and you're busy." Too late. She's already inside. "Says your mom gave her our address because she wanted to drop off something for you." Of course she did. My cousin had probably spun some story about a family heirloom or a birthday gift that couldn't wait. My